to my channel Lifelong Learning. Excel makes graphing easy. Line graphs are one of the standard graph options in Excel along with the bar graph and stacked bar graph. The bar graphs may be best for showing proportions and other data points, but line graphs are ideal for tracking trends and predicting the results of the data in yet to be recorded time periods. A line graph is a simple but powerful tool and is generally used to show changes over time. In this video, we are going to see how to create a simple line chart in Excel and move on to some interesting charts using lines. This is an example of having one plot for one data series. Here we have got three data series, three plots are shown. These are all the different variations of line chart. Line, stacked line, 100% stacked line, and you have the corresponding marked line graph. This is an interesting example where the columns rise above the horizontal and show you the low and high temperature appropriately. Here you can see that you have a chart showing the actual values as well as the forecast. Here you have the bar chart and another line showing the profit. Why should we go for this combo chart? We'll see the example. This is a simple example where you have only one category and you have one data series. If you want to plot a line chart, select the data, go to Insert tab, Line chart. You have only one plot because you have got only one data set. The next example shows you have got three data series. So you have three plots here, each one representing one data series. We will see other categories also. This is the first category. And second, stacked line chart. The stacked line chart, it requires more than one data set. Each additional set is added to the first, so the top line is the total of the ones below it. Here the lines will never cross. This is the second variation of the line chart. 100% stacked line. This graph is similar to the stacked line except that y-axis represents a percentage, whereas here y-axis represents the value. The top line will always be a straight line across the top of the graph and the period's total will be 100%. Marked line graph. The marked version of this 2D graph, but you have indicators at each data point. 3D line, similar to the basic line chart but represented in the 3D format. So these are all the 5 variations of the line chart and you have combinations also. How do I change the layout? So select any chart, go to the chart layout. Here you can see that titles. Excel doesn't give the chart title automatically, either you have to put it. You have to select any of the chart layout. Here you can see that you have the table here. Either you can go for this chart layout and select which layout is better suitable for you, or you can do it on your own. Suppose this is the legend, you want to place it in the bottom. So select it, right click, format legend. Legend position you can give it as bottom. You can see the legend is in the bottom position. Similarly, you can select the series and you can change the color also. Marker positions you can change, line color, line style, and how do you want the marker line color, etc. You can change it here. This is the vertical axis. Either you can select the element here or you can go to the layout and select the element here. This is the category x-axis. If you want to format it, you can give this format selection. Same thing, you can change the number format, fill, line color, etc. You can do it. If you want to add the title, then here you can go that you can get centered overlay title or above the chart. You can make changes to this title to represent the graph correctly. This is for changing the labels and this is for changing the axis. You can change how the primary horizontal axis should be or the vertical axis should be. How to format the plot area. You can show the plot area and then you can change it accordingly. You can change the name of that. Next, we'll go to the another example where we have the population of the wildlife. Draw a line graph for that. What happens here? You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you have got this year as one of the data series. In the previous example, the first one is the category which is in the text form, but here it is in the numeric form. So it takes this column as a data series. To avoid that, you can just change the header, remove the header, draw the chart again. Now you can see that it is properly placed. All the year comes in the x-axis. You have values here. You can change the vertical axis, format axis. You can change the minimum value as say 40. So now the graph is clear. Next we are going to see an interesting example, floating bar. I have high temperature and low temperature on some particular days. If I want to plot it, I can go for a column chart like this. So this represents the high value, this represents the low value. Suppose I want to put everything in one column, I can go for a stacked column chart. So here you can see that it is high value and this is the low value. But I don't want like this. I want the column to show the temperature clearly. The bottom of the column must denote the low value and the top of the column must denote the high value. So I can go for a line chart. I change the vertical axis so that the value is 40. Now I can go to the layout and give this up down bars. You have the up down bar here. You can change the color of the bar. So it is hot, so I just want some red color. And I can remove this line charts. Format data series, line color, no line. Similarly, change it to no line. Now you have the bar rising above the horizontal line. So the bottom of the bar shows the low temperature and the top of the bar shows the high temperature. We'll go to the next one. We have some data here. This is the revenue data and income, and it is the profit margin. Suppose I want to represent whole thing using a bar chart. This is the revenue value, this is the income. But where is the profit margin? Since it's in a percentage, it is somewhere near the zero line. So I have to select that profit margin. I'll draw it in the secondary axis first and then change chart type as a line chart. I place its legend in the bottom. Here you can see that these two columns represent the revenue and income, and this line represents the profit margin, and it is plotted in the secondary vertical axis. This is more meaningful than the previous one. We'll go to the next chart where we have got actual values and forecast. I want a line like this. Suppose I have it as a two columns, then like this. How will I get the chart? I get it as a one plot, but I want these actual values in a solid line and the forecast in the dotted line. So I just change the data like this. Actuals in the first column, and in June I have two data. One is for the actual, another is for the forecast, and all other values will be in the second column. Now I select this data, insert line chart. I get it like this. This is for the actual and this is for the forecast. I can select this forecast line and format data series. Line style, I just make it as a dotted line. Now it looks like one plot, but this is actually a data regarding the actual and this is for the forecast. Although line graphs are useful for forecasting data, they can also be misleading. If the creator doesn't plot the data correctly, the graph may exaggerate the data to look better or worse than it is actually. The line graphs can be misled in a couple of different ways. You have the same set of data. Here the vertical axis is different and this vertical axis is different. This is from 0 to 10 and this is from 3 to 9.5. The Major grid line is 0.5. So this may look differently because the vertical axis is plotted differently. In the second example, you have percentage of Coke drinkers and percentage of Mirinda drinkers. You have percentage of Coke drinkers in this chart. You have percentage of Mirinda drinkers in this chart. But when you see this chart separately, you can see that there is a downwards trend in the Coke drinkers, whereas there is an upward trend in the Mirinda drinkers. But if you see carefully, this vertical axis is plotted differently. It is from 0 to 30 and this is from 0 to 100. If the two data are plotted in one graph, then definitely this graph will be above this one. Even though it is in the upward trend, the value is from 12 to 26. But here it is from 80 to 65. In any way, percentage of Coke drinkers are more than that of the Mirinda drinkers. So when you plot it separately with the different vertical axis, the two may look or give a different idea. Hope you liked the video on line chart. Give a thumbs up and share it with your friends. If you want to watch further videos, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon. Keep tuned to my channel.